is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. We have another juice off. I love to do juice offs to see which juicer will reign supreme. So today we have two juicers. We have the Breville Juice Fountain Elite 800 JEXL over on this side. And over on this side we have the Omega BMJ330, formerly called the Big Mouth Juicer. It's now going to be called the Mega Mouth Juicer. Between these two units, we are talking about a $100 price difference, so keep that in mind as we do this test. The first thing I want to do is I want to disassemble and show you the different parts of the machines. You'll basically see these machines are pretty much identical. So first, on both machines, you have 3-inch wide pushers, and these pushers allow you to push the produce in the machines. And once again, I want to caution you, never put your hands or anything else into the machines to feed the produce in. There are fast-moving blades, and if you do have kids, you must supervise them when using these machines. So besides the pushers, over on the Breville Elite, we could remove that, and we have a main top housing. Over on the Omega Big Mouth Juicer, we also have a housing. So the housing is a little bit nicer. It's a stainless steel piece. This is a one-piece molded plastic. Then over here, on the Omega Big Mouth Juicer and on the Breville Elite, they have juicing screens. So you can see the juicing screen on the Breville Elite, and here's the juicing screen on the Omega Big Mouth. So the Omega Big Mouth has a much larger screen, as you can see. They all have teeth on the blade, and in the middle of the Breville blade, looks like they have two little razor blade things sticking up. Omega has also have a little razor blade thing in the middle as well. So screens are actually fairly comfortable. The next piece is Breville has a one-piece stainless steel bowl. Actually, this is a nice piece of work there. So on this side here, Omega has a nice stainless steel bowl, nice polished stainless, looks really sharp. And then they have basically a plastic trim ring, and that goes on the bowl. It can be removed easily for cleaning. So let's go ahead and put the machines back together. Real easy to put back the Omega Mega Mouth. Put the main juicer body on the machine, then you're going to put the screen on like that, and then you're just going to put the top on, and then the sides basically just lock into place. Really simple, real easy. Once again, on the Breville, same pretty much thing. You're going to take the main bowl, put that down, the juicing blade, put that down, and then you're going to take the top and put that down, and then latch open that, and they're all ready to juice. So next we're going to talk about the differences between the juicers before we get into the juice off. The first main difference is the RPMs. The Breville actually has two speeds. It has a half speed, probably approximately 6,500 RPM, and then the full speed is 13,000 RPM, so that's actually really fast. Generally, the faster the speed, the more oxidation, the more oxygen that's being introduced to the juice, but also the faster you're going to juice. Over on this side, we have the Omega Mega Mouth Juicer. This runs at approximately 11,000 RPM. So still really fast. And there's only one speed to deal with. Makes things a lot easier. You don't have to remember if you should put it on high or low. One speed does it all in the Omega Mega Mouth BMJ330. The next thing is a very important thing. And this is is not really pointed out in a lot of the advertising for the Breville Elite, is the warranty. So the warranty on the Breville Elite, and this is about a $300 juicer here, has only a 1-year warranty, and I think that's really sad. I think it should be a lot longer. Over on this side, the Omega Big Mouth runs at this time approximately $200, and this has a full 10-year warranty, so that's 10 times longer of a warranty. So I look at a juicer as an investment, because health is truly your greatest wealth. So what's the use of buying a nice Breville? And yes, it does look pretty sharp, but if it breaks down in a year and a half, you're going to have to basically pay for a new juicer or pay to get it repaired. Whereas if this juicer breaks down any time within 10 years, Omega will repair or replace it if it's due to manufacturer's defect. So that's one heck of a warranty, and Omega has been in business for a long time. So next, without further ado, we're going to get into the juice off and see which juicer will yield more when juicing 5 pounds of pre-washed baby carrots. So first, let's start off with the Omega Big Mouth Juicer. We're going to go ahead and turn this machine on. We're going to rip open this bag of baby carrots. And we're just going to start to feed the carrots into the machine, one handful at a time. As you can see, without any pushing, the carrots are self-feeding into the machine, getting pushed into the blades, and the juice is coming out. Now finally we're going to have to start to press down on the carrots just a little bit to get them to juice. Put more carrots in, and there's all the fresh carrot juice coming out. Carrot juice is definitely delicious. These carrots were actually purchased at a Costco, the least expensive place to get organic carrots at your local warehouse store. So we're approximately halfway done juicing 5 pounds of carrots in the Omega Mega Mouth juicer. Now all juicers when juicing carrots will yield approximately the same amount. Basically the formula is 1 pound of carrots for every 8 ounces of juice. So 1 pound of carrots equals 1 cup of juice. So most juicers will yield actually about 5 cups of juice for 5 pounds of carrots. We have a couple more handfuls of carrots that we're going to juice in the Omega Mega Mouth juicer. And once again, this is a centrifugal ejection style juicer. Both these juicers are centrifugal ejection style juicers, and that just is how they work. Basically, there's a sharp running blade that goes around and basically spreads up the produce and extracts the juice while it spreads it up. And the juice comes out the front of the machine, and the pulp comes out the back of the machine. So I have about 1 more handful of carrots, or 2 more handfuls of carrots to put through the Omega Mega Mouth juicer. Alright, so here's the last handful of carrots. Alright, so here's the last few carrots we're going to put in the machine. That's it. Now we're going to turn the machine off, and next we're going to go over to the Breville Elite. So we're going to turn this machine on its high speed mode. We're going to press the on button down, puts it on high, starts right up. Actually, that's a little bit louder than the Omega. We're going to tear open this bag of carrots. Now we're going to feed the carrots in the Breville Elite. Got it loaded up. Now we're just going to press them down in there. It does take a little bit more downward force to juice in the Breville. Carrots 1 handful at a time. And there's all the juice coming out, delicious carrot juice. Carrots are probably one of your most economical produce items of juice because they are really inexpensive, and actually they have a lot of nutrition, especially the carotenoids that give carrots their orange color. I also encourage you to purchase other color carrots like heirloom carrots that come in yellow, red, and purple for variation, and those tend not to be as sweet as the orange carrot juice. Still feeding carrots inside the machine. You can see I'm loading up the feed chute with the carrots, and as I get the feed chute full, then we're going to push in the pusher and lean on it a little bit to push the carrots in the machine. Juicing in the high-speed juicers definitely take less time than a low-speed juicer, and there are pros and cons to every juicer. So I highly encourage you to check my other videos for different video demonstrations on showing all different kinds of juicers. Alright, so here's the last handful of carrots going into the Breville Elite. You can hear this motor lugging down a little bit as I'm juicing. Definitely didn't happen in the Omega. Alright, so that's it. Let's go ahead and turn this machine off and compare the results. So now let's compare the results. The first thing I like to do always when juicing is to tip up the juicer, because you'll always see a little bit of extra juice pour out of the bowl, which would normally end up on your table or your countertop. So we're going to do that with the Omega 2. Now we're going to move these pictures over, and we're going to see which juicer yielded more juice. So now let's go over the results. The Breville Juice Fountain Elite yielded approximately 5 cups of juice for 5 pounds of baby organic carrots. And that is about the normal yield that carrots will get in most juicers. That being said, we could go over here to this side, and the Omega BMJ330, now called Mega Mouth Juicer, yielded an impressive almost 7 cups of juice with the same 5 pounds of organic baby carrots. So that doesn't surprise me too much, because in prior tests, the Omega Mega Mouth has actually yielded more than the average on carrots. That being said, these style juicers, which are called centrifugally ejection style juicers, may be for a lot of people, but they're not for everyone. If you are somebody that wants to juice a lot of carrots, celery, and apples, and pears, and maybe other things, then these juicers may be for you. They actually work really fast. They yield well on most hard produce items. But if you want to juice a lot of leafy greens, then another style juicer may be for you. These juicers don't necessarily yield that much yield on leafy greens, and they also run at a really high speed. So if you want to get done juicing fast, you're going to juice carrots and apples and celery and cucumbers, but not too many softer things, then these machines are going to do an excellent job. So you just saw that the Omega Mega Mouth BMJ330 produced nearly 2 cups more juice than the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. So it definitely creates a higher yield. But besides just the juice it's creating, it's also producing some pulp. So let's check out the pulp and see the results. So we're going to pull these 2 juicers to the side here, which will reveal their pulp catch bins. And here are the 2 pulp catch bins. So you can see the pulp from the Omega Mega Mouth juicer doesn't look quite as dark orange, and that's because the pulp on the Breville Juice Fountain Elite is a lot darker because it has more liquid in it. So for example, I could reach my hand in here, grab some of this pulp. At the same time, we're going to go into the Omega Mega Mouth juicer and grab this pulp. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that because the color difference is different, but the camera may not pick it up. This one is a lot more lighter colored, so I could squeeze this and squeeze this, and a lot more juice actually is squeezed out of the pulp, out of the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. I mean, there's literally 2 cups of juice left in this pulp, whereas there's, this pulp is still wet on the Omega Mega Mouth, but just not quite as wet. You could go back in and use either an Ito juice press or a Wells press. Be sure to check my videos on that to see how to get all the juice out of this pulp. But that being said, definitely the here it is. Here's all the juice squeezing out of the Breville Juice Fountain Elite pulp that I could just literally squeeze out with my hand. Still very wet. So once again, the Omega Mega Mouth produced 2 cups of more juice than the Breville Juice Fountain Elite and had a drier pulp. What more could you ask for? So now I get to enjoy some delicious carrot juice, high in vitamin A and vitamin C. So once again, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.